There's a question, an impossible question. Can one person create a forest? I'm not talking about planting a few trees, or a small garden, or a community project. I'm talking about a real forest. 550 hectares, 1,360 acres, bigger than Central Park, with Bengal tigers, one-horned rhinos, over 100 elephants, created by one man, starting with nothing. In 1979, a 16-year-old boy in India found hundreds of dead snakes on a sandbar and made a decision that would change everything. He would plant a forest. This isn't a fairy tale. This isn't mythology. This is a story about a boy who cried over dead snakes, bodies everywhere, heat unbearable. Nobody cared. A wasteland of sand where nothing grew, 450 degrees on the surface, toxic soil. Experts said it was impossible. 40 years of back-breaking work, digging in 110-degree heat, carrying water for miles. Villagers calling him crazy. A marriage almost destroyed, wife begging him to stop. Children asking why dad never comes home, choosing trees over family dinners. A forest that appeared on no map until 2008, when a journalist discovered it by accident, and the world realized one man did the impossible. And a funeral for the man they called the Forest Man, where elephants came to mourn, tigers circled the edges, and 10,000 people gathered to honor a man who never wanted recognition. Over the next 60 minutes, I'm going to tell you the true story of Jadav Payeng, not the sanitized version, the real version. With the blood of those first years, hands destroyed by thorns, body dehydrated, collapsing in the sand. With the brutal sacrifices, no money for his children's school, no time for his marriage, watching his father die while he planted trees. With the real terror when the 2004 flood destroyed everything and he thought 25 years of work was gone. With the devastating loneliness of 2008 when the world discovered his forest and suddenly everyone wanted to cut it down for timber. And at the end, the secret, the method he used that any of us can start today. Majuli Island, India. Brahmaputra River, where it all began with death and tears. July 1979, Majuli Island, Assam, India, the largest river island in the world. Sitting in the middle of the Brahmaputra, one of the most powerful rivers on Earth. But Majuli is dying. Erosion. Catastrophic erosion. In 1950, Majuli was 1,250 square kilometers. By 1979, 650 square kilometers. Half the island. Gone. Swallowed by water. Villages disappeared. Forests washed away. And the animals? Nowhere to go. July 15th, 1979. Massive monsoon flood. The Brahmaputra swells 30 feet above normal. Villages evacuate. Animals flee. Water everywhere. 3 days later, the water recedes. Jadav Payeng, 16 years old, barefoot, wearing a simple lungi, walks along the sandbar near his village. The heat is unbearable. 110 degrees Fahrenheit. The sand, white, sterile, dead, burns his feet. He can see heat waves rising. And then he sees them. Snakes. Jadav takes them, hundreds of them. Dead. Russell's vipers, cobras, pythons, bodies stretched across the sand, some coiled, some twisted, all dead. Jadav kneels beside one. A python, 12 feet long, body bloated from heat, flies crawling in and out of its mouth. He touches it, still slightly warm, died hours ago. And he realizes they didn't drown. They survived the flood. But after the flood, no trees, no shade, no shelter, just sand and sun and death. Jadav sits on the sand, surrounded by hundreds of dead snakes, and cries. Not quiet tears, sobbing, body shaking, can't breathe sobbing, because he sees it. This is what happens when you destroy nature. The trees are gone, so the animals die. Simple, brutal, and everybody just accepts it. Jadav walks to the village, finds the elders. We have to do something. The elders, old men, weathered faces, tired eyes, shake their heads. What can we do? The river takes what it wants. We can plant trees, stop the erosion, give animals shelter. On a sandbar? Nothing grows on sand. We have to try. Long silence. Finally, one elder sighs. Go to the forestry department. Maybe they'll help. The forestry department. Government office. Dingy building. Papers everywhere. Jadav, teenage boy, no shoes, broken English, walks in. Officer looks up, annoyed. What do you want? I want to plant trees on the sandbar to save the animals. Officer laughs, not kindly. On a sandbar? Nothing grows there. Can you give me seedlings? I'll try. You'll waste them. But fine. Take these bamboo shoots, plant them if you want. Don't come back asking for more. 20 bamboo shoots. That's all. And walks to the sandbar. Alone. He doesn't know it yet, but this decision, to plant 20 bamboo shoots, will consume the next 40 years of his life, will cost him friendships, nearly cost him his marriage, nearly cost him his sanity. But it will create something the experts said was impossible. A forest. Year 1, 1979. Jadav plants 20 bamboo shoots. The process? Wake up 4 a.m., walk 3 kilometers to the sandbar. Dig holes with bare hands. The sand is hard as concrete. Nails break. Hands bleed. Plant bamboo. Pour water, carried from the river, bucket by bucket. Go home at sunset. Next morning, repeat. Week 1, 18 bamboo shoots alive. Week 2, 14 alive. Week 3, 11 alive. Week 4, 8 alive. By month 2, 5 bamboo shoots remain. 15 died. Jadav sits on the sand, looks at the 5 survivors, and thinks, this is impossible. But he gets more bamboo, plants 20 more. 15 die again. Plants 20 more. He's not stopping. Year 2, 1980. Jadav is 17 now. Every morning, 4 a.m., walk to sandbar, work until dark. But something changes. The surviving bamboo from year 1, the 5 that made it, are now 6 feet tall, creating shade. And in that shade, something green. Grass. Wild grass. Jadav didn't plant it. It just appeared. He kneels, touches the grass. It's real. And he understands nature wants to live. You don't have to do everything. You just have to create the conditions. The bamboo creates shade. The shade protects the soil. The soil allows grass. The grass brings insects. The insects bring birds. The birds bring seeds. The seeds become plants. A cycle. Jadav plants 100 more bamboo, not because he has to, because now he knows it will work. But knowing it will work doesn't make it easy. Year 3, 1981. 200 bamboo survive. Small grove. Villagers notice. What's Jadav doing? Playing with trees. Wasting his time. Year 4, 1982. Jadav is 19. He should be thinking about marriage, about work, about life. Instead, he's on the sandbar. Every day. His father pulls him aside. Son, this tree thing, it's time to stop. Why? You're 19. You need to work, make money, find a wife. I am working. Trees don't pay, Jadav. When I die, will you still plant trees or will you feed your family? Jadav doesn't answer because he doesn't know. Year 5, 1984. Jadav is 21. His mother tries a different approach, arranges marriage meetings. First meeting, girl's family. What do you do? I plant trees. For the government? No, just trees. Do you get paid? No. No second meeting. Second meeting, girl's family. What are your prospects? I'm creating a forest. You own forest land? Not exactly. I'm planting on a sandbar. Is this a joke? No second meeting. His mother, frustrated. Jadav, the trees are ruining your life. The trees are my life. But year 5 brings something worse than mockery. Doubt. November 1984. 5 years of work. Jadav walks to the sandbar. Morning mist. Cold. And he sees animals, goats, from a nearby village, eating his bamboo, chewing the shoots, trampling the grass, destroying 5 years of work. Jadav screams, chases them away, but the damage is done. He sits on the sand, looks at the destruction, and for the first time, considers quitting. He thinks, 5 years, every single day, and it can all be destroyed in one morning. My father is right. Trees don't pay. I'll never get married. I'm wasting my life. He picks up a bamboo shoot, broken, half-eaten, and almost throws it in the river. Almost. But then he remembers the snakes, the bodies, the promise he made. I will not let this land die. He plants the bamboo and builds a fence made of thorns to keep the goats out. He doesn't quit. And something shifts. By end of year 5, 500 bamboo thriving, grass everywhere, small trees appearing, birds nesting. Not a forest yet, but the beginning of one. Jadav is 24, 8 years of planting. His grove is 5 acres now, and he meets someone. Benita Bordeloe. She's from a neighboring village. She sees Jadav on the sandbar every day. Most girls think he's crazy, but Benita sees something else. She sees purpose, dedication, love. Not for her, for the land. And she thinks, a man who loves trees this much will love his family even more. She's wrong about that last part, but she marries him anyway. Married life. Beneath it quickly realizes she's married to a forest. Jadav wakes 4 a.m., gone by 4:30, returns at sunset. Every day. No honeymoon, no weekends, no holidays. On their first anniversary, Benita prepares special food, waits. Jadav doesn't come home until 8 p.m. The saplings needed water. Food is cold. Benita is crying. Jadav, 1 day. Can you take 1 day off? The trees will die if I don't water them. What about me? Long silence. Jadav looks at her. Really looks. And doesn't know what to say, because the truth is, the trees come first. Always have, always will. Benita could leave. Many women would. But she stays, not because it's easy, because she believes in him, even when he doesn't believe in himself. Even when everyone thinks he's crazy, she believes. 1990, first child born, daughter. 1992, second child, son. 1994, third child, daughter. 3 children. Jadav still plants trees every day. Money's tight. He does odd jobs, fishing, farming, anything to feed his family. But every spare moment, trees. Daughter's school needs money for books. Benita. Jadav, we need 500 rupees. Jadav. I don't have it. Can you maybe take a week off from the forest? Do extra work? Jadav thinks. What if I sell some bamboo from the forest? Benita stares at him. You would rather sell your trees than work extra? The trees are ready to harvest. It makes sense. She laughs, shakes her head. You're impossible. But something is happening. The grove is becoming a forest. 1990, 15 acres. 1998, 50 acres. 2000, 100 acres. Trees 30 feet tall. Dense canopy. And animals are coming. First, birds, dozens of species. Then deer, rabbits, boars. Then something bigger. Elephants. Jadav has been planting for 25 years. His forest is 300 acres, home to 5 Bengal tigers, 15 one-horned rhinos, 100-plus elephants, 1,000-plus birds. It's a miracle. And then, the flood. August 2004. Monsoon season. The Brahmaputra rises and rises and rises, 25 feet above normal, 30 feet, 35 feet. The worst flood in 50 years. Jadav's village evacuates. But Jadav? He goes to the forest. Benita grabs his arm. Are you insane? The forest is flooding. I have to see. You'll die. He goes anyway. Arrives at the forest. Water everywhere. Trees 30 feet tall, 20 years old, submerged halfway up. Animals fleeing, deer swimming, elephants trumpeting. And Jadav realizes 25 years of work might be destroyed in 3 days. He wades into the water, chest deep, trying to, what? Save the trees? Impossible! He just stands there, water rushing around him, trees bending. And he thinks, this is how it ends. Not with success, not with recognition, with water, like it always does. He returns to the village, soaking wet, shaking. Benita. Well? Jadav. It's gone. 3 days later, water recedes. Jadav walks to the forest, preparing for devastation, and finds the forest is still there, alive. Damaged, yes, some trees down, debris everywhere, but the forest survived. And Jadav understands it's not his forest anymore. It's nature's forest. He just started it. But now, it can survive without him. The roots are deep enough, the ecosystem strong enough. It's real. And Jadav, 41 years old, soaking wet, covered in mud, laughs for the first time in months. He laughs until he cries because it worked. 4 years after the flood, Jadav's forest, 450 acres now. Still no one knows it exists. Jadav goes to the village, calls a meeting, tells everyone the forest department wants to cut down the forest. The villagers, the same ones who called him crazy for 30 years, are silent. Then old Raghav, 70 years old, farmer, stands. That forest saved my crops. Before Molai's trees, erosion took half my land. Now the soil is stable. I'm with him. Another villager stands. The elephants only come because of that forest. Before, they came to our village, destroyed homes. Now, they stay in the forest. I'm with him. One by one, villagers stand, the same people who mocked him, now defending him, because they finally understand that forest protects them all. Week 2 of the 30-day deadline, Jadav goes to Jorhat, finds journalist Jitu Khalida, the one who discovered the forest in 2008. They're going to destroy it. Jitu, what? Forest Department, 30-day notice. This is insane. You created a UNESCO-level ecosystem and they want to destroy it? Can you help? Jitu picks up his phone. I'm calling everyone. Within 48 hours, national media runs the story. Environmental groups file petitions. Scientists issue statements. Social media explodes. The headline everywhere: Government to destroy 550-hectare forest created by one man. Public outrage. But the Forest Department doesn't back down. Day 28 of 30. Logging trucks arrive at the forest with chainsaws and police escort. Jadav is in the forest, hears the trucks, runs toward the sound, finds them at the edge. Officer, sir, step aside. We have authorization to clear this area. Jadav stands in front of the first tree. You'll have to cut me down first. Sir, we'll arrest you for obstruction. Then arrest me. The officer signals. 2 policemen move forward. And then villagers arrive. Hundreds of them. Old Raghav at the front. You want to cut this forest? You'll arrest all of us. They form a human chain around the trees. The officer calls his superior. Superior, stand down. National media is here. Environmental minister is reviewing the case. Don't do anything until further notice. The trucks leave. Jadav collapses. Villagers surround him. He's crying, not from fear, but from gratitude. 3 months later, the Assam Forest Department conducts an official survey, measures the forest, 550 hectares, catalogs the species, 5 Bengal tigers, 115 one-horned rhinos, 100+ elephants, 115 species of birds, thousands of plants. The report concludes, this forest is an ecological miracle. It provides critical habitat for endangered species. It prevents erosion and protects the island. It must be preserved. March 2012, official announcement. Molai Forest is declared a protected reserve, which means no logging, ever. No development, protected by law. Jadav Payeng recognized as the official guardian. Jadav wins, but he doesn't celebrate, because he knows the real victory was 33 years ago, when he planted the first bamboo shoot and refused to quit. Everything else was just defending what already existed. The villagers who once mocked him now bring their children to the forest. See those trees? Molai planted every one, never gave up. The government that tried to destroy it now uses it as a tourism showcase. The timber companies that wanted to cut it can never touch it. And Jadav still wakes up at 4 a.m., still walks to the forest, still plants trees. Because the work is never done. Jadav Payeng is 61 years old, still plants trees every day. The forest, 600+ hectares now, still growing. And the world has learned. International conference, climate change, reforestation. Jadav is invited to speak. He stands on stage, microphone, audience of thousands, scientists, politicians, billionaires. Uncomfortable. Speaks in simple language. Everyone asks me, what's your method? I tell them, there is no method. Plant a tree, water it, come back tomorrow, repeat. That's all. Audience waits for more. You want a secret? Here it is. Stop talking, start planting. Stop planning, start digging. 1 tree today is worth more than 1,000 trees you'll plant someday. He steps off the stage. Audience, standing ovation. But Jadav doesn't see it. He's already thinking about tomorrow's planting. So what do we learn? Lesson number 1. Start small. Jadav didn't plant 550 hectares. He planted 20 bamboo shoots. The forest came later. Lesson number 2. Consistency over intensity. 40 years. Every day. No days off. Not because he's superhuman, because he made it non-negotiable. Lesson number 3. Nature will help. You don't have to do everything. Create the conditions. Nature does the rest. Lesson number 4. Fame doesn't matter. Jadav worked in obscurity for 29 years. The trees didn't care, the animals didn't care, and neither did he. Lesson number 5. One person is enough. 550 hectares, 100 plus elephants, 5 Bengal tigers, 15 rhinos. One man. If one person can create a forest, Molai Forest still stands. Jadav still plants. At 61, he could rest. But every morning, 4 a.m., he wakes, he walks, he plants. Because the work is never done. And one person is always enough to start. What's your forest? What barren land in your life needs planting? What impossible task are you avoiding because one person can't make a difference? Jadav Payeng proved one person can create an ecosystem. One person can bring tigers back from extinction. One person can change the world. If they just start and never quit. This was the story of Jadav Molai, the forest man, the man who planted hope. If this story moved you, if you see the world differently now, if you're ready to plant your first tree, share this with someone who's given up, with someone who thinks they're too small, with someone who needs to know. Subscribe for more stories like this. Stories of ordinary people who refused to accept the world as it is, who planted seeds of change and grew forests. Until next time, plant your tree, water it tomorrow, come back the day after, for 40 years if you have to. Your forest is waiting.